So basically my talk is going to be about my 5 years working with this species. And okay, go on with the introduction. With the exception of one species from Comoros, the genus Pyrodura is endemic to Madagascar. And the species can be found in many different habitats throughout the island. Either eastern rainforest, western dry forest, air-torn bush savanna, and high mountain habitats. The largest species diversity is found in the north, mostly in karst areas. This is Pyrodura Masobe, is the largest species of the genus, with adult animals reaching a total length of about 17 centimeters and over 30 grams in weight. It's also the most spectacular representative of the genus. It has huge black eyes, which lend to the species name. Masobe means like big-eyed Pyrodura. They have an elegant, slender body, almost either dark brown to almost completely black, with white spots covering limbs and head. The tail is laterally compressed with spiny base and 2 dorsal rows of spines going along the ridge of the tail. Next. Surprisingly, this species was only described about 15 years ago in '94. Go on. Here are some wild-caught animals still in good condition because the photos were taken in Madagascar at the exporter facility. Most of the imported animals upon arrival to Europe or America were stressed, dehydrated, and in bad condition, so most of these animals never lived for very long. Next. Another one of these wild-caught animals. They're not so stocky as captive-bred animals. Next. Okay, this is another species I breed. Along with this, with Pyrodura gracilis, there are 2 species of eastern rainforest of Pyrodura. So the Masobe is known only from primary lowland rainforest of the Zahamena Reserve. Next one. See here on the east coast. And officially the species is described only in the reserve, but according to many animals being exported into Europe and America in the last decade, it's possibly the species is a bit more widespread than just the reserve. Next one. This is one of the typical habitats. It's not from Zahamena, but it's Mantadia rainforest, and it's a bit southwest of Zahamena Reserve. Another habitat photo. So this is probably a trunk dweller standing head down, searching for, waiting for prey. This is okay, next one. This first captive-bred animals. Masobe is a rare species with limited distribution under high risk of extinction. It's considering the cryptic behavior, it's quite surprising that so many specimens were collected and exported in the last decade. Most of these specimens never survived very long in captivity, and breeding success was even less frequent. Luckily for the species, the import stopped a few years ago, probably due to some local protection, and also probably because of the bad reputation the species got, because most of the animals died and nobody wanted to work with the species without any visible success. Just this year I heard about some more imports coming into Europe. I saw some wild-caught specimens in not so good condition. I believe these were probably imported under different names, like Pyrodura gracilis, so probably not very legally imported. Yes, also possibly most of the wild-caught animals didn't do very well in captivity because there was no information about keeping and breeding, so most people probably kept them too dry and too hot, like some other Pyrodura. I started working, next one. I started working with a small group of F1 captive bred animals in 2004. These were first bred, one of the first captive breedings in Europe in 2003. And F2 captive bred animals, that means first of mine babies, were hatched in very late 2004. And first F3 captive bred generation hatched in 2007. This is one of the F3 females, next one, F3 males. So you can see that these animals look much different. I don't have any photos of the imports into Europe, but most of the animals I've seen were very badly looking. They were stressed, dehydrated, very thin. Next one. Okay, this was a kind of introduction. So terrariums. Next one. This is my first Masobe terrarium. Still had a lot of things to learn. I changed some things after that. All adults are kept in glass terrariums with sliding doors in front. There are two ventilation panels, one in front and one on the top, to provide some air circulation. Although this species needs high humidity, all stagnant air should be avoided for obvious reasons. Next one. So this is one of my modern terrariums. I converted the centimeters to inches, so you better get the idea of the size. This type of terrarium houses either single adult animals or pairs. Terrariums are kept natural, but as simple as possible to keep all things under control, feeding insects, finding of eggs and other stuff. This species climbs very well, either on glass or branches. The branches that are provided are usually about 2 inches thick. They spend most of the time either on glass, facing down, or these thick branches. Sometimes you can see them on plants climbing around. Most of the branches are positioned almost vertically. They prefer vertical branches over horizontal ones. These setups, until now it has worked very well for them. I didn't have any problems with that. Most of the branches used were oak branches, cork oak branches, which last very long in high humidity conditions. Mostly the various ficus trees were used for live plants, because ficus actually thrive in high humidity, and some other plants started rotting away after spraying every day. Yes, plants are always placed in terrariums in their pots, so they are easily replaced if they start dying or some other problems with them. So there's minimal work involved with changing decoration or plants. Yeah, the substrate, next one. A few pictures of the terrariums, all basically the same. For substrate, the common sphagnum pit is used. Also, I assume coconut fiber pit would work equally well. There's only about 2 inches of substrate for adults, and because they never